Okay.
How are you doing today, Sarah?
Very good. Thank you.
I'm I'm doing amazing myself, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for bailing out on you because the last time we planned it, I um I went on a trip and played too much DDR, and I had my alarm set, but I guess I was just so tired because these strange occurrences keep happening to me when I try to sleep, I can't sleep, but then when I
Oh
do
my
want to sleep,
God.
I just I don't
Because you're
know.
too tired. I guess you're too tired. It happens.
Oh
I'm
yes.
sorry for you. I'm sorry for, but we make it.
Oh
We did
yes,
it.
for sure.
Okay.
How is it in Italy?
In Italy, it's a very strange moment because we have a lot of bad weather, very, very bad weather, and scary. Yesterday I had a gig, and all of a sudden I had to run away because ice was falling on my head, and I was hurting. And
Holy cow.
yes, yes, it was
Yeah.
a kind of storm. All of a sudden we were playing, but it was dark, so we saw the some light in the sky, but it was too late. And then when we start to realize what happening, what was happening, sorry, we start to run towards the car. My God, it was very, and it happened very, very often in the last week.
Oh yes.
We have a disaster here all around Venice.
Yeah, like
Quite
what?
scary.
Yeah, a couple weeks like Canada was having these wildfires, hence why in upstate New York where I'm at, there was like haze and smoke everywhere.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Oh yes, but now it's all better.
Okay.
Yep. And you look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Even if I'm older,
Yep.
it it has been a lot of time since I recorded the song that you heard, and it's very surprising to me to discover all of these people, this audience that still listening to Eurobeat, and I
Yeah.
really wonder why and how.
Oh, yes, we're going to get into that. All right. Question one. What was your upbringing like in Italy?
What was, sorry, my?
Your upbringing, how you were raised and how like you discovered your true self, your childhood and stuff.
My childhood. Oh, well, I always wanted to be a singer, always. But I grew up in a very small village, and it's very funny my history because I had a rock band just like every good teenager has to. So I had a rock band, which I was playing U2 and Rainbow and Iron Maiden. I was mad about Iron Maiden. I was a very rock singer. And I met kind of musician and DJ. And he asked me, do you want to play something like Depeche Mode? That's what he said. And I said, well, I love Depeche Mode. And I started to record this kind of dance music. But he didn't pay me. So I was very angry. And I put on, how do you, now it's very, is an old thing, on review, on a paper, daily paper.
Yeah.
And I put a kind of, how do you call it? Well, something like I'm a singer. I can sing in Spanish and English, and I'm very good at writing song. And a very and the Scarlet Production called me. They were very, very strong in Italy. They were playing dance music, and they asked me to make a demo. And that demo was Wonderland. I don't know if you know that song.
Yes, I've heard it.
Okay, yes, it was not. It was out of tune in some parts, but I was very, very young, and I it was a demo, and they asked me to do this demo, and if it's okay, you're gonna work with us. And then I started to work with them and play and write two songs a week at that time. and it was 25 years ago.
Great
And
backstory. And question two, what made you want to be a musician? You can go into more in depth when you discovered your passion for it.
I have to be honest, my first passion was drawing and painting. And even if it's hard to believe, I was the child who doesn't speak. And that's what my mother said, that I was always silent doing my book. And all of a sudden I heard, you can laugh, Aha. It was a Norwegian band.
Yeah.
And I remember Feet No More, Aha, at that time at the 80s, and Madonna. Oh my God, I saw Madonna. And I was 7 years old, and I changed my mind and I said, I want to be a singer, but I was not so sure it was something possible. So I was studying arts at Venice, continuing to study arts to become a painter, even if I was a singer. And I started my career professional at 22 when I started to work abroad. But in the beginning, I was a painter, a silent painter, I have to say. And I discovered the pop music and then the rock music, not classic, because at home nobody was listening to music. My mother was loved to sing, but my father was out of tune completely, and I didn't have a CD player, didn't have anything since I was 13. So I was only listening to the radio. Can you believe?
Oh,
Searching on the radio
yes.
all day long for 1142, Depeche Mode, Madonna, and that pop music. And then at the age of 20, 19, I fell in love with jazz and I studied jazz at a conservatory. But that happened later. In the beginning, I was in love with pop music.
Oh, yes. I'm the same way, even though we grew up in different eras, because I grew up in the 2000s, but still, like, I was always on the radio or using the Rhapsody and stuff like that, because I was obsessed with listening to everything that was popular.
And I have to say that now pop music is not for me,
Oh,
not so
yes.
fascinating like it was in the 80s. I guess there was some kind of innocence, if you can say that, in the sounds and in the way of making music. Now we have so much opportunities that is stops the creativity for me. This is
Yes.
a problem. And I see with my pupils, because I teach music and singing, um, I see the creativity is very is stopped, not stopped, but
But got
in some
stale.
ways, yeah,
It got stale.
yeah.
Yep, I totally agree with you. I barely listen to the radio and I'm always listening to Eurobeat and dance. All right, question three. What kind of music were you into throughout your life? Because you can go into depth with the Iron Maiden and rock music and jazz, as in like the artists that really made a lasting impression.
I didn't understand the question. Sorry, can you repeat it?
Um, what kind of music were you into throughout your
Ah,
life, as in your
in those years. I was playing. I was playing also popular music, Italian popular music, because I was working abroad, as I said, in a quartet. It was a kind of not just quartet, but we were playing live. So I was, oh my God, it was very strange to me because they asked me to sing the music from Naples. I don't know if you know Tuo Falamericano or something like Carosone, Buscaglione, and I hate
yeah.
that. I hate because it was so rock. I had my green hair and my chin from the ear to the nose. I was very rock and roll. But this was a big lesson for me, big lesson, because I have to practice also Brazilian music, and I fell in love with that music. So now I'm still curious to listen to different music, even if I'm not so, as I told you, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I still love the, I don't know if it's right to say popular music, but not popular. I love Mexican music, very, very traditional music. I love that kind of music, African traditional music and Mexican tradition, because I was in Mexico when I was a teenager. So really love, and I love progressive rock. This is my favorite music. So if I have to be on an island all alone, I carry with me Genesis.
Amazing.
I love Genesis. Genesis for me is the best. Peter
Yes.
Gabriel, Genesis with Peter Gabriel.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Amazing answer. Question 4. Were you ever into dance, house, and electronic music, or in your case, Italo disco?
I really love house music, but I never had the occasion to sing it. But now I'm working with something very interesting with an Italian musician, and I'm gonna tell you when the album, as we said in the old times, is will be ready. And at that time, it was funny to me to play Italo music, dance music, but I found it not so interesting as house music, which I think is more interesting. But that musician didn't play that. So, do you like it? House music?
Oh yes, of course. That's why I started this, because let me tell you my history of house music.
Yes, yeah, I want to know. I want to know.
Okay, I was just a kid when going to the clubs in the 90s and 2000s was popular. So obviously I couldn't get in unless I went into someone's fanny pack or snuck inside the building if I was really on the wild side. But how I got into it was Dance Dance Revolution, because my brother was into the game. He would watch the videos on file sharing sites and always be on the computer reading about it. And then that's when he got DDR Konamix for the PlayStation 1, and then he started getting into it. Then he taught me how to play, and then that's how my love for house, disco, drum and bass.
Okay, so it's your brother.
Yep.
And it's older than you? How much is older?
By 3 years.
Not so older, but enough for when you're very young, it make a difference.
Oh yes. And that's how I got into all those EDM type of music, because that was my only way of listening to it through DDR and downloading it on BearShare and Rhapsody and MTV Jams, because they used to play the underground trance music, which I also love. Music.
Yes, I remember.
Oh yes. So
I don't know if it still exists, that kind of club or places like this, maybe in New York. Here in Italy, they disappear. There were some in Milan, but things are really different now.
Oh yes,
because I have a daughter and she's 22. She's go to dance, and now I ask her what kind of music they are playing. It's very very pop, not so underground music, not so experimental.
Oh yes, like that's why I don't go to clubs, because everything's the same tempo, same key, same everything, just different
same
lyrics.
Sounds. Yeah, so there's no fun. There's no fun. Music has to be fun.
Oh yes, and another reason why I love dance music is because there's this cartoon in America called SpongeBob SquarePants, and him, SpongeBob, and his
yes,
friend,
SpongeBob.
and his friend Jellyfish were getting down to techno tune, and that has impacted me because I still do his dance moves to this day when I listen to my favorite song. You know, the Running Man, the Cabbage Patch. Yeah. But that's how I got into that stuff as a kid, because when you can't get into it, you gotta like
Yes.
really dig deep and listen to what makes you feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
Question 5. When did you start recording professionally?
It was in the 1997, the first, no, 19, yes, Wonderland. Well, if I have to say, no, earlier, because I told you about that, the guys, I was in 1994, I was 19, almost 20, the first record. And I heard something on the radio, I recognized my voice, so I guess that they were printed in some way. Do you know that I have some, I don't know if you have some vinyl. I found some vinyl with my
Yeah.
of my records. I had something here.
Yes.
I didn't pick it for you, but I had it here.
But yes, I love looking at vinyls because I just love looking at old
Fine.
technology and see how far we progress. Because nowadays, instead of looking through a vinyl or a CD, you could just look for it on YouTube.
Yes, but somehow we're gonna come back to the vinyls. I hope.
Oh, yes. Especially like it gives, when you're a producer and you want to like sample something, it gives you that raw, staticky sound, which I love hearing.
Yes.
Hey, question 6. How did you get into Eurobeat?
Oh, it was not my choice. I was playing what the studio makes me play, and I was working with two musicians. They were not DJs. They were piano player, classical piano player. In the studio, there were a DJ. I don't know how you call it. It was they were not musician. It was really funny because one, it was a classical musician with an idea of a melody, or my idea of a melody, and the other came and said, yes, but we need something, and he makes sounds and he make idea, and we were working together in this strange way with those people who were traveling to Japan, and then they came back to Italy telling us, we need something faster, faster. And I remember saying, God, faster than this? Yes, because they love to play faster, faster, but you have to play romantic. Okay, so me and the musician in this little studio with the piano. Yes, but it's too romantic. Oh my God. Okay, but faster, but romantic. And I remember it was kind of crazy music for me. It was very crazy.
Oh,
And I couldn't
yes.
imagine how the people could dance. And one day I saw a tape with all the dance, and I guess it was Pizza Girl, Crazy for You, something like that. And they were dancing, just standing with no moves, only
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
the arms and nothing more, nothing more. I used to play just moving myself all around the floor, and they just stand because there's no space. They told me,
Yeah.
and in the discotheque, there's no space to dance. So Japanese people dancing this way. It's so funny. Now
Oh,
that I have
yes.
YouTube, I can see all the videos, and I discover a new video almost every day. It's so cute.
Oh, yes. Like
That
power
was very, very
dance.
strange because here in Italy, we don't have anything like this. The
Yeah.
strange thing is that they call it Italo beat, Italo
Yeah.
dance, and something like this. But you have to imagine that here in Italy, we don't play that kind. People listen to other music, not to this kind of music. Nobody know Eurobeat. Just some student tell me, but I remember that song is your voice, because do you know Burning Up for You is related to a game, and they used
Yes.
to play to Initial D also in the kind
Yes.
of a car, so they were playing driving and remember.
Yeah, drifting.
Yeah, but here in Italy, we listen to a lot of American music, dance American music. In the 19, we used to listen also to Germany dance music and English dance music. But now things are changing. That's what my daughters
Yeah,
say because
yeah.
I don't go to dance there.
Yes, I love that answer because I love watching videos of power dancing because it just inspires my way of dancing because it's actually really simple, but you still have to feel the groove and feel the
Yeah, yeah.
beat. And they
Ah, you
in
know what? Oh, sorry.
uh, you I'll let you go, but yeah, they actually inadvertently invented a popular dance. We call it the Millie Rock because they will like take their hand and flip it like that during their moves. I was like, that's the Millie Rock.
Millie Rock, that's the name?
Yeah, I Millie Rock on any block, but in this occasion, I
Ah, okay.
power on any block. What were
I
you going
didn't
to
know.
say?
Millie Rock. Well, I didn't know anything about this.
Yes,
It's,
it's
it's
an
something
American.
news to me.
Yeah, it's an American thing, but it could be your new dance move if you decide to go with your daughter to a club or they decide to play Eurobeat. You just gotta do the Millie Rock.
Just like you were slapping on.
Yes,
Okay.
just got flick that wrist and feel the groove. I
Something really brand new to me.
yes, what was your last thought that you were gonna say before I had my 2 cents on Eurobeat and why I loved it?
What was my last thought? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
your
you'll have to
last
pardon me because I don't speak English, and the sound of the American is it's so different. The frequency is so different from Italian.
yes, yes.
I beg your pardon.
But yeah, you were going to say something before I had the whole Millie Rock dance to tell you about. Yeah.
I'm very sorry. Maybe I'm dumb, but I don't understand.
All right, it'll come that thought will come back to you after this question. All right, question 7. Did you have fun
Okay.
singing Eurobeat?
If I have one,
Yeah, fun, joy, amusement, a
ah,
good time singing Eurobeat.
yes, a lot. It's very fun. It's very funny. And first, most of all, I learned to be a professional singer because I had to play the second voices. You hear there are many voices when you record
Yes.
a song. You don't record only a line. You have to record over and over and over for 3 times and 4 times just to feel the voice very strong. And then you have to record, I don't know how to use the harmonization. You have to feel it with other voices. It was a big school to me, a big school. I learned to be in tune because at that time there were no auto tune, there were nothing. You have to
Yes.
be, yes, it was a very professional work.
Yes, like that's why I respect you and other Eurobeat singers because they were obviously classically trained and you have to be really skilled to sing on beat and not go out of breath and stay in a key.
But you know what? Something very funny. Sometimes I used to have for the producer a voice. No, can you be a little more wild? It has to be. It has. I remember that word because it told me you must sound more ignorant, just like you were screaming. I want the people
Yeah.
to hear you scream and not to sing. So I have to learn a way to sing, but not so, how can I say, so polite.
Yeah.
To have a voice like a teenager, very, very angry teenager, something
Yes.
like this. And I remember it was very funny because I song like I Remember Crazy for You, or another song. Uh, wow, the title. I had a lot of pseudonym. So Sara, Pizza Girl, and Baby Energy. And I don't know if you know Funny Boy. It's another para song.
Yes.
And I remember saying, you have to scream, funny boy, scream it, please. Don't sing it. And I end up my session very tired. Very tired. Lucky me, I was young, but it was very, very hard sometimes.
Oh yes.
It's easy to play jazz. It's very easier.
Oh yes. That was a great answer. Question 8. How did the alias or project, whatever you call it, Lady Baby come about?
You wrote me something about it, but I never heard nothing about Lady Baby. Are you sure it's my voice?
Yes. I looked at the credits and it has your name and
But
that's
where did you find it? Where did you find it?
um Dance Revolution and I was looking through the credits for people to interview and it said your name, vocalist Sara Righetto.
Oh, can you send me the link, please? Because you must know this thing. Sometimes I recorded. There was a time when I used to record 2 songs a week. Sometimes they tell me, they don't want this song. The Japanese production or the Japanese company are not interested in this song, and I thought they were thrown away. And now I discover a lot of music that were recorded and played, and I didn't know. I discovered in this way. Scarlett didn't know it was me. I discovered Lady Regina didn't know it was me.
Yeah, the
So Lady Baby is brand new. But what was the title of a song?
Follow Me. The composition and lyrics were by A. Gilardi and C.
Yes,
Varola.
is Alessandro Gilardi. It's not Gilardi, but Gilardi and Varola. It was the DJ. Gilardi was the piano player, and the other was the DJ. And okay, I really love to hear it because I don't
Yeah.
remember every
Well,
song.
well, here's the hook. Um, Let me find the chorus. Follow you, follow me with your eyes in my dreams. Side by side, we're walking in heaven. Follow you, follow me, setting each other free. Don't you
you
know
know,
where
you,
you go?
you know the
So
line.
just follow me.
I don't remember. Do you know the year? Can you tell me the
Um,
year?
yes, it was on Dance Media Happy Paradise 2 2001.
2001. Mm. Oh, well, I forgot it. I'm sorry. There are songs that I really remember the very precise moment which I was singing, and some other. Okay, I will search and I will ask
Yeah,
Gilardi because we are still in
yeah,
touch. Now he's a father. We
yep,
are still
yep.
friends.
Let's see if I can play the audio through
Oh,
here.
see, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, okay, I'm going to play the DDR cut because it's shorter and
Yes, yes, it's okay just to hear it.
okay, let let me find it.
It's so funny.
Okay, let me find the audio. Okay. Can you hear it?
No, I don't.
Okay. Just have to look up how to put computer audio on Zoom. just bear with me for a bit because
Don't worry.
Share screen.
Ah,
Okay,
okay.
boy.
Now I see. I see you're sharing your
Yeah,
screen
let's
with me.
see if I can find the audio.
Step by step. Now we got a video. Okay. Ah, okay. So it's on YouTube. Lady Baby, follow me. Who knows how many things that I still don't know?
Stupid
Okay.
ads.
Yes.
Did
Dormant
you hear
dances.
it?
No, not yet. I don't know why.
So
But
you
I can
can't.
find it on my YouTube. So I make a screenshot so can I can check it out later.
Okay.
And I am saving on my iPad. Okay, it's okay. So I'm gonna search. Thank you. Very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
I had a Japanese friend who make who search on the net, and she found a lot of song that I made that I didn't know. She was into para song, and so she discovered many song. And she was the first to tell me, "You are on YouTube." I said, "I'm on YouTube." Just like 50 years ago. Yes, I'm sure it's you. And
oh,
then the Pandora,
yes.
and
Oh,
I discover and I start to search. But
oh,
if I don't know that I was Lady Baby, I never find Lady Baby song. So who knows how many other names I have.
yes, aliases because European artists, especially when you were working for those producers, tend to have like very a lot of aliases. The next questions were focus on follow me, but I guess you'll have to listen to it just to jog your
Yes,
memory.
I'm
But
sorry. I'm sorry because I don't remember. And I even, but there's my name, and there's Gilardi and Varola. For sure, it's me. For sure, it's me.
yes. Question 11. How would you describe the differences between your singing and normal voice?
What do you mean, normal voice? My speaking
Yes,
voice?
because I noticed that you have an Italian accent. It's much deeper than your singing voice.
Thank you. It was very terrible if it was also in my singing. As I told you, I don't used to speak English in those days. Definitely not, because I'm not traveling. When I'm traveling, it's easier to find the words and to understand. But I grew up listening to English music more than Italian music. So that sound was very natural to me. It was, for me, that was the music. Italian music was boring to me. So I always wanted to sing that way. And the things that I still find very, very funny to me is that when I listen to my voice singing Eurobeat, I can remember myself very younger because even if I have not a low voice, but it's just not a voice of a child, of course. And still now, when I sing, my colleagues say, "Oh, you look younger when you sing." So this is very funny. Still funny to me that I am when I sing high notes, it sounds very the voice of a little girl, which I am because I'm not tall. But I always add that this crazy for you. very plain voice, very teenager voice. This is the main difference that I feel. And when I speak, when I act, I can have a voice like this.
Yes, I love
Very,
your voice
it's very different.
because
It's very different.
yeah, I
Thank you.
love your voice, and that's why I enjoy interviewing the dance mania artists because it's always interesting listening to their natural accents and how they sound on a record.
Yes, because music change everything. Because you have to play. For me to sing is not to sing the words. Is how can I say? It's the one thing that I try to explain to my student too. It's not the words who lead the music, but it's the music that leads the words. So whatever you are singing, even if you don't know, it has to sound good. You have to make music with every with every word, and this is the more important thing to me. To find
I
the music in the sounds of words.
Yep, I agree. Question 12. Was it challenging singing in that high girlish voice?
The challenge is singing. It depends of the song. Uh, Sometimes in the Eurobeat, you mean when I was when I
Yeah.
sometimes I had to sing the octave of the first line of the main line, and it was very hard. After 2 hours in the studio, Gilardi asked me to say, "Can you play?" It was very hard, and to be precise, because you had no chance to fix it. You had to play very loud, very low, and to be precise.
Yeah,
It
like
was
I
very challenging. Now it's different. Now I play in studios. Sometimes I say, "Oh, guys, I'm not so precise. Doesn't matter. We're gonna fix it. Doesn't matter."
yeah, like I interviewed Australian singer Paula Terry who used to sing for Bimani and had songs on Dance Dance Revolution, and she told me that when she worked with Naoki because she worked in Japan, she told me that she had to sing really high and sound girlish despite having a low raspy Australian accent.
It's very strange, but Japanese people love this kind of this kind of voice that is always the same, even if the styles are different. They love that sound, especially in the female voices.
Oh
I don't know if
yes.
you are still following the Japanese music, dance
Yes.
music. Are you still
Yes, I
following? Do
am.
you know Pamyu? Do you know Pamyu Pamyu?
Yes.
Na 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 na. I love that song. I would really love to
Yes.
play the, the Italian version of Pamyu Pamyu. But she's
Yeah.
14, I guess, and she sing like a baby. It's very strange to me.
Oh yes. Like
Japanese
that.
are very weird to me.
Oh yes. Really unique. Like that's how I got into Japanese music from watching anime and playing Dance Dance Revolution. Because like despite me not understanding a lick of Japanese at that time, I was still drawn to the melodies and how they sung it because unfortunately I have a mom who's like very snobbish. Well, we tried listening to a classic French song, Irresistible, by Sylvie. I don't know her last name. It was nobly covered by Wildside, Melody, a fellow Italian singer. When we were listening to the original, my mom's like, I don't like this song because I don't understand the words. But even though it has a catchy melody,
How old is your mother?
she's 53.
Oh, she's very young. I'm very
Yeah.
close to her. I'm 48. 40, yes, 48.
Yeah, you still look amazing.
Thank you. I think you could be my song.
Oh yes. If I was Italian, all right,
Who knows?
yep, question 15. How do you still feel about Eurobeat still thriving as a community? Because I still listen to it and its drifting has saved me from a few accidents, from a few dumbasses on the road because I really had to slam on the brakes and drift to the right, and thankfully I didn't hit him.
So you ask me, let me see if I understand. How do I feel about the community of
Yeah,
Eurobeat?
yep.
But I didn't understand. Sorry, pardon me. What you say after?
Well,
Because you have two.
because it's still thriving as a community and there's still
Ah,
an
yes, yes.
audience for it.
I really would like to know why. It's so strange. My partner is jazz musician, and sometimes he found something on YouTube, and we are still wondering because we are musicians. We are still wondering how can it be possible. I don't know. It's so maybe because in this kind of music there's a kind of energy, pure energy of fun, and a kind of energy that gives you um, energy and with no stress, even if it's so fast, that gives you a power. Uh, I don't explain in other way. For me, it's strange because this thing go on from 20 years. It's still happening since 20 years, I guess, more or less.
Oh
And this
yes.
community, some guys from New Zealand send me a message and they are in the community of Eurobeat and they ask me, are you the singer of Burning Up For You? And I say, New Zealand? Are you listening to Eurobeat in New Zealand? And they are 15. They are
Yeah.
so cute. And I say, how can it be possible? I don't know other communities like this. Maybe in the heavy metal, if it still exists, the heavy metal community. As I was young, we were all together from all over the world. We felt like brother.
Oh yes. So question question 17. What have you been up to, your ventures since recording Eurobeat back in 2001?
Can you repeat what was my?
Your what you've been doing since recording Eurobeat, because I see that you are now a talented stage actress and you
Ah,
teach
yes, but
singing.
because you say 2002, but I was still recording until 2008. That's why I say it's very strange. I was still recording with the Gilardi and Varola until 2008. But maybe the music disappeared on the web. I had a theater company for which I wrote a musical. I wrote the music and the lyrics, and I was the director too. And I was leading this company for almost 11 years. And then I closed it because it was very, very hard. And I still sang jazz music most of all. I was studying jazz music and I was also playing as an actress and a theater, something on TV, but very small part. And I was studying vocal physiology in Germany. And now I am a teacher and I raise up people with vocal problems, also singer and teacher and speaker. And I used to, and I work in the University of Padova with the teachers that had problem in speaking. And I really love this kind of work. I love it. I was
Amazing.
still working in it. Yes,
Yeah.
I was still, and I don't know if you see on my channel. Have you been on my channel on YouTube?
Yes, I was looking forward to
Okay.
prepare for this.
So of course, you have seen my progressive rock band,
Yes,
my
Girls on
18
Film.
rock band. No, the prog machine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as another, is older band which I was playing with because I love progressive rock, and I'm still composing with one of the guys of Girls on Film band, and it's up to go out this. I'm just waiting for the production to choose the moment because we have the video, it's ready, we have everything, and we are just waiting to, I don't know, waiting for them to decide when is the right moment to put the video online. And this project that is called Modern Music Italy, which is very Eurobeat sound. And I think you're gonna like it.
Oh yes. That was the next question. Would you be eager to record Eurobeat again?
Yes, of course. And this project that I was telling you about is something very, very close to Eurobeat because I can hear we are coming back to that sound. I can hear the music that they choose for Stranger Things, and the sounds is very 18. So it feels to me that now is the moment to come back to that sound.
Of I'm looking at the credits on Follow Me, and I don't know if this rings a bell. Arrangement, producers, mixing by Ali, which is spelled ALE, and Baba. If you
Ah, yes, it's a pseudonym of Varola. It's the same person.
Oh
It's
yes.
Baba. Was his yes, his art. How do you call it? How do you say his name?
Alias.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, it's Varola. It's Varola. It's
Yeah,
the same
like it
Baba.
Dance
Because
Rep. What, I'll let you go.
no, no, okay. And Dance Revolution is a kind of just like Valfare, that playlist, that very big playlist, because it's something brand new to me. I'm gonna.
Yeah, yeah, you should. That's I guess Naoki picked this habit up when he was on Dance Dance Revolution because the main producer Naoki Maeda, who's talented music producer, he went by a lot of aliases like Uzi Lay.
Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick. Um Naoki aliases.
You know what? A year ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe Dave Rogers is another
Yes.
producer. Yes, Dave Rogers called me and asked me, "Do you like to make something Eurobeat again?" I said, "Okay," and he never called me again. I said, "I send you the music, and you're gonna record it at home." I never heard nothing more from him, so I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
You know?
I found a lot of Naoki Maeda's aliases, and he's a man of 1,000 characters.
Oh
There's
yes, yes, can be.
obvious there's Naoki Maeda, NM Sequence Unlimited.
Sorry, where did you find it? On YouTube, or there's another site where you can find it?
Um, yeah, it's on YouTube. Look up
On
follow me.
YouTube. Okay, the credits on YouTube. Okay, always there. So
Oh,
you were searching on some.
and And there's a site called Remy Wiki, which is the Bimani Wikipedia, which I found your name under Lady Baby.
Oh, you really have to send me all the link because I have to check everything and to call Gilardi.
Oh yes, and question 19. How does it feel making your mark in the Dance Dance Revolution community? And Eurobeat.
It's an honor for me to know that so many people are listening to this music and still enjoy it because they think that when I was 20, I was 22 when I recorded, when I started. And it was a very important moment to me. And to know that the people are still listening now to that music and knowing that I was so into, how can I say, I was so full of hope, full of energy. For me, it's still telling me something about that kind of energy that I need to recall to myself. You know, sometimes it can be very frustrating to be a musician nowadays. So now, thinking about this thing and the community and all the people listening to that music and the way that I was when I was doing that music for me is important. It reminds me that that kind of energy is very important.
Oh, yes, especially nowadays where I need it the most before I retire at
Yeah.
55 from my job.
Yeah, yes, it's true. Yes, it's true.
All right, it was amazing interviewing you. I will send you the links
Thank you.
after I close this out. And you are an incredible woman, and I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed interviewing you. Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao. See you soon. Ciao.